What up? I'm Spencer24Sony. I'm doing a review of Star Trek 11, pretty much only because I basically guaranteed I was going to make it tonight. So I didn't bother writing it. That would have taken 2 hours, and then it would have taken another 2 hours to make the review. So I just decided to get in front of the camera and pretty much say my early thoughts. Hope you don't mind. Another thing, this is my 50th video. I know it's not like really something to celebrate, because it's not like it's my 100th video or 150th or 200th, but I don't know. I mean, 50th is pretty cool to me. I just think it's something to kind of bring up, just to kind of mention. That's just me. I mean, not every person on YouTube has 50 videos, just most. Another thing, I want to thank all of you that have subscribed. Right now I have 28 subscribers, and that's pretty impressive. I never expected to get 1 subscriber, let alone 28. It feels like I've been getting a new subscriber every week, and that's just sometimes 2 every week or 3 every week. So yeah, I really appreciate it. My personal goal is 100. I know that just kind of makes me a little spoiled, and that's just something that's probably never going to happen, but that's kind of the point of the goal. I mean, it wouldn't be a goal if it weren't hard or took a while to get. Plus, it wouldn't be much fun. So anyway, thanks to all of you who have subscribed. Keep subscribing, and I'll continue to make videos, probably either way, but still, keep subscribing. Appreciate it. Okay, on to the review. Well, to say it first, in case you haven't watched my 3-part Star Trek thoughts before I saw the movie, my expectations at first were low because I saw the trailer, I saw the preview, and it looked like crap to me. It really did. But when I saw the actual reviews, and I saw it today, which is 2 days after it came out. When I saw the reviews, which was yesterday and the day before, they were really, really, really good. A lot of people were saying that it is really good. So I was just... But there's some critics I really liked it, saying it's basically no plot, no character development, just action sequences and big explosions and lots of color. It does have a little bit of that, it really does. But I'm going to have to disagree. When I saw this film, my expectations were actually pretty high, and I thought that the only way I could enjoy this movie were if my expectations were low, and it didn't turn out that way. My expectations were high, and I still found myself enjoying it. I mostly disagree about the fact that it's just special effects and explosions. It's not. It's really not. There's a lot of dialogue and a lot of some pretty good character development. You know, they do a pretty good job at presenting all the characters. Like, some characters kind of deserved more screen time in my opinion, but most of them, especially the main characters, really got some big camera time. They all had real use to the plot. They were each different. So I completely disagree with the people that are saying there's not much character development. I personally think the reason why some people are saying it is because they've watched Star Trek for a long time, and they're real used to nothing but boring dialogue about crap that makes no sense. No offense at all. And this is just kind of a little bit of a rush to them. They weren't really prepared for just a lot more action. But I think that this is the third Star Trek film of the 11 that can actually be called a normal film. This is the third film that can be a real treat to both the audience, the plain audience, that don't care about Star Trek that much like me, and it can also really please huge, super big Star Trek geeks. Because there's a lot of stuff I didn't get that other people got because they're geeks. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of little Star Trek stuff that you wouldn't get if you were just a normal human being. So I think it did a good job at pleasing both of the different audiences, and that's always been a problem I've had with the Star Trek movies. They only focus their attention on the Star Trek fans, and the people who haven't watched the show or haven't really been that obsessed with it, they just kind of don't really understand what's going on. Yeah, and this film, it didn't really do that. It pretty much pleased both audiences. As far as the story goes, it's okay. It's not that bad of a plot. It's pretty simple to understand, like as opposed to the rest of the mini Star Trek plots. This one's actually pretty easy to understand. It doesn't mean it's not complicated. And it isn't really that complicated. It's kind of, but not really. But I think it's the fact that it's simple really isn't that big of a flaw. Now, as far as the characters playing the actors playing the younger characters, I liked Kirk. I kind of liked Kirk, but he didn't seem like Kirk. He didn't seem like the Kirk that's in the future Star Trek films, and that's not really a bad thing. I don't think they really needed to try that hard to act like their future selves. I think that they should make the younger people a character in their own right, and I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, they did that. They didn't act really that much like the characters there in the future. I mean, I can understand why some people would expect that and want that, but I really didn't. I was kind of wanting these people to be different. You know, a little less boring, because they are younger after all. I really liked the actor that played Spock. I know he's a lot more at edge and kind of real confused and unsure. But the fact is, he shouldn't be wise like the older Spock. This is a younger Spock, so he should be a little bit at the edge of a cliff, because he is, after all, half human, half pointy-eared alien thing. So I liked him. I really like the Doctor guy. The Doctor guy, like McCoy, he's my favorite character in the films. But this guy was spot on as this character. He was perfect. My problem was he didn't really get that much of a big... He wasn't really that of use to the plot. They gave him some good screen time near the beginning, and after that he was just kind of a background character. I didn't like that. I didn't like the guy with the accent. Not Scotty, the other guy. Because I thought he was just in it for the sake of being in it. He did have some use, but not that much. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 of the original crew. They were just kind of in it for the sake of being in it. That wasn't too bad, but you know, it's just something that you kind of don't like. I didn't really like Scotty that much. I mean, he wasn't useful really, and he was just there for comic relief, and he wasn't really good comic relief. I don't even really like comic reliefs anyway. They're just there for the sake of being comical. He wasn't that funny. He was pretty much useless, and so I didn't like him. Okay, I've almost gone to 10 minutes, so I'm just going to make a part 2. Spencer24 Sony, I'll see you guys in part 2.